Welcome to the Frame Game. There's a common saying, they don't make them like they used to. In some ways, it's easy to see why. Back in the 90s, movie studios made lots of brand new movies with big stars. They had more money then, and there wasn't so much competition from streaming services like Netflix. Now, studios mostly focus on sequels and remakes of old movies because they're scared of losing money.
I like realism, I like details, I like that the audience have the feeling that they're really there.
Here are some of the top 1990s blockbusters. Number 10, Air Force One, 1997. Remember that awesome movie scene where Harrison Ford yells, "Get off my plane?" That's Air Force One. This action movie from the 90s stars Ford as the president trapped on his plane with the bad guys. He teams up with the good guys to take back control. It's a thrilling adventure that's still fun to watch today, even if you might not pick Ford as president anymore.
Liberty 24 is changing call signs. Liberty 24 is now Air Force One.
Number 9, Deep Impact, 1998. In Deep Impact, a huge comet is on a crash course with our planet. People put all their hope in President Morgan Freeman to save them. His plan? Nuke the comet. This movie is a bit more serious than the other comet movie that came out that year, Armageddon. It asks big questions about what people would do facing the end of the world. Deep Impact even beat box office records for a woman director, but it wasn't as flashy or popular as the other movie. Still, it's a cool story about facing a giant space rock. Number 8, Clear and Present Danger, 1994. Remember Jack Ryan, the CIA analyst here from the books? Back in the 90s, Harrison Ford played him in action movies. Most people today know him from the TV show, but Ford was the original movie Ryan. He starred in 2 adventures, but the second one, Clear and Present Danger, was way cooler. This movie was super popular back then because it was all about America being strong and fighting bad guys. But tastes change, and now this movie feels a bit old-fashioned. Still, it's a fun action flick if you're into that kind of thing.
Boom.
Number 7, City Slickers, 1991. Remember Billy Crystal, the funny guy? Back in the day, he could sell out movies. One of his best was City Slickers, a hilarious story about 3 stressed-out city guys who take a wild vacation. They go on a cattle drive to escape their boring lives, and let's just say, City Slickers aren't exactly cowboy material. The movie is full of laughs, mostly thanks to Billy Crystal's jokes, but it also has a surprising serious side. Jack Palance, another famous actor, gives a fantastic performance. He even did one-arm push-ups at the awards show. City Slickers might be a bit forgotten today, but it's a classic comedy with heart.
That's my phone!
You're crazy!
That's right! Not having sex for 12 years will do that to a person!
Number 6, Ransom, 1996. This movie was a giant hit back in 1996. With Mel Gibson playing a dad desperate to find his kidnapped son. The trailers were everywhere, and that one line became super famous. "Give me back my son."
Give me back my son!
Hello!
You want him? Yes! You want him?
But as time went on, other movies like Taken came out with a similar story. Ransom isn't as popular anymore, but it's still a thrilling story about a father fighting for his child.
So you still have a chance to do the right thing. If you don't, well, then God be with you, because nobody else on this earth will be.
Number 5, Tarzan, 1999. Disney made a Tarzan movie in the 90s, but do you even remember it? It was a big deal back then. The most expensive cartoon ever made. They even invented new technology to make the background super cool. The critics liked it, and people went to see it, but not as much as other Disney movies. Maybe it's because the songs weren't that catchy? Great music is a big part of what makes Disney movies classics, and Tarzan's just doesn't hold up as well. Still, it's a fun adventure story with cool animation. Number 4. Runaway Bride, 1999. Remember that movie Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere? They made another movie together in the 90s called Runaway Bride. It was supposed to be a fun reunion, but it just wasn't as good. Runaway Bride is about a reporter who writes a story about a woman who keeps leaving her fiancés at the altar. The movie tries to be funny and romantic, but the story doesn't quite work. Since we already have the amazing Pretty Woman, Runaway Bride kind of got forgotten.
I love you, Homer, Eisenhower, Graham. Will you marry me?
Number 3. Big Daddy, 1999. Adam Sandler was a huge star in the 90s with the movies like Happy, Gilmore, and The Waterboy. But his movie Big Daddy isn't quite as remembered. Big Daddy is about a guy who pretends to be a dad to a little kid. It made a lot of money, even more than some of his other movies. But the story wasn't as crazy or funny as his other characters, so people don't remember it as much.
You like that, huh? You think that's funny? Good, no more crying.
Number 2. There's Something About Mary, 1998. Remember that outrageous comedy from the 90s? Yeah, humor can change a lot. Back then, the movie was super popular for its crazy jokes, like the one with the hair get. But that kind of humor feels mean-spirited today, and the movie doesn't treat women very nicely either. There's Something About Mary might have been a big deal in 1998, but it's a tougher watch these days. Number 1. The Flintstones, 1994. Remember the Flintstones cartoon? Well, guess what? In the 1994, they made a live-action movie about it. It had lots of big actors like John Goodman and Rick Moranis. The movie tried to be funny, but the jokes were kind of silly. Plus, the story wasn't as good as a cartoon. Even though the sets look cool, this movie isn't really remembered today.
Drunk as a skunkosaurus.
Alright guys, that's all for today. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Smash the like button and subscribe for more epic content coming your way. See you next time.